if I gave in.
Welcome back, everyone. And, you know, my next guest has been on my show a lot, but there's a good reason for it. Solar Sandy. And I don't just turn away. I just am saying this because
turn away.
There's a good reason.
It's 100 degrees out there. Don't turn away.
Yeah, don't
Listen
turn away.
carefully.
We all know that it is awful out there, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And not just for a few months. We're looking at least 5 months here in Arizona. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Carol.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and why you're so passionate about what you do and what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, I am passionate. And I even, each show I become more passionate because, as I was just sharing with some of your other guests, I'm Sandy, but Solar Sandy is something that people remember. They Google me and they find my name, Solar Sandy. And what I do is I help people save off their electric bill, Carol. And it costs them nothing to do this. And this year, it's May. We're in May. It's May 2nd, I think. And the rates that APS had last year, which were high enough, are back, the summer rates. So we're back in the summer rate plan. And in another 2 months, May, June, July, 3 months, well, July 1st, the rates are going to go up again. So everybody that is sitting down and worrying about these summer bills that they had last year being high, their bills are going to be even higher this year, Carol. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how this came to be. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and it's really frustrating me that people call APS and APS says, oh no, we're not raising the rates that much, or this, that, and the other thing. There's actually information on their website saying the solar program is closed. And so there's all kinds of misinformation that people are getting misinformed, and what I'm trying to do being on this show is give good information. I took a lot of time when I was a nurse to study and understand when I was giving medication and and when I gave dosages, make sure it was accurate because you could kill somebody. This isn't quite as deadly if you don't know what their kilowatts are, but I take this just as seriously, Carol, because people's bills are going up. My daughter, this is how I got into this. My daughter's bill in Hawaii, from the time that I moved away until she called me 3.5 years ago asking for help on her power bill, had gone up 340%. And I know people are saying, oh, that's not possible. It's not the price of the power that they've raised that exponential amount. It's the fees, taxes, and surcharges, and there's a bunch of them coming for APS customers that nobody will see coming until you go, oh my gosh, my bank account, $100, $150, $200 higher bills, and most people have their bills on auto pay. They won't even see it until something else in their budget has to give. So all I'm trying to do is, and I am passionate about this because I have helped so many people from your show, and I'm going into my 3rd year. I couldn't help my daughter pay her power bill. I was on Social Security. I had a very bad accident. And, I share that with everybody that I meet when I go into their homes, that this isn't just a sales boo tactic. Her power bill had gone up 340%. It was over $500. And that was 3.5 years ago in Hawaii. Fees, taxes, surcharges, etc. And the only way that I was able to help my daughter is I had no idea about solar, didn't know a thing about it, and I researched it for her. And I found this program that cost her nothing. She didn't have to buy the panels. She didn't have to pay for the installation, the maintenance, or monitoring. And it lowered the cost of her power. And I was so grateful because I felt helpless that I couldn't help my daughter and my grandkids.
I know if I had a $500 bill, it's gonna kill me. And so,
well,
right?
it pretty much did
most
me.
people, it does. And why should we have to have this? Right now, this is no-cost solar. That's what we want you to understand. And there's no gimmick whatsoever.
No.
We want to talk a little bit about that. And, when you work with people, you give them a free consultation. It's a no-obligation free consultation.
Cost, no obligation. I sit down with you. I see how much power you've used over the last 12 months. And going forward, I figure out what you need. And I'm able to give give you a smidge more to keep the house a little cooler, and it's going to cost you less, not more. The only way people are going to be able to keep their bills at the cost that they were last summer, Carol, is keeping their house hotter and hotter and hotter.
Forget it.
And it's over 100 degrees out there today. I can't imagine. I go into people's homes every single day, and they thank me that I am saving them money off a bill that they're already spending money on, and it makes sense. I am just giving them the same power that they were getting from APS, only it's costing them less. And I know that there's other electric companies out there that are listening. If you guys will just hold tight, there's a program coming for you. I've got a certain amount of time that I'm trying to help as many of the APS people get in before the deadline, which is July 1st. So that's why I'm giving a $200 solar saving incentive, so that once they qualified and they're installed, they get $200, a cash solar saving incentive to pay off their last APS bill. And I'm happy to do that, to thank them for going solar, and I'm happy to help them pay off that last APS bill.
I'll tell you something. She loves giving them out, and she goes valley-wide. She is the busiest person I know, but there's a reason for it. She has a passion for it. It's a $200 solar savings incentive as a thank you to you, and you're going to be thanking her, because not only are you going to find out exactly how much you're going to pay, you save for 20 years. You'll know for at least 20 years how much you're going to pay.
You're paying for your electricity, and there's no surprises. You know exactly what it is, and I'm saving people significantly off a bill that they're already spending money on, Carol, and it costs them nothing to do this. And I say this to people. We are wise consumers about everything else that we do. If we know we're going to use a lot of something, we go stock up and we get it try and get it at the best price we can. We absolutely know that we are going to be using a lot of power this summer. There's no question about it. It's not a want. It's an absolute essential need that we have. So why wouldn't we be wise consumers and pay less for that same power? And that's all I'm trying to do. I come out, I answer questions. People have a lot of questions and concerns, and once I go over it with them, they're like, oh, this really is very simple, and they understand it, and then they're happy to be saving that money and putting that hard-earned money back in their pocket, Carol.
Now, also, people have to know this, too. When she comes out, you've discussed this a couple of times, that, anybody who's, maybe some people have had it before, and they didn't get what they thought they were going to get. It's because why?
There's a lot of people out there that have been told they didn't qualify, or there's stories that people aren't really happy by going solar, that they weren't saving what they were told they were going to. And the reason for that, Carol, is I talk about being a nurse and giving medication. I gave the correct dosage to my patients. They did not get the right dosage, the right diagnosis, and the right number of panels to give them the right amount of power. So therefore, there was a portion of their power that was not covered by the panels, and they were still buying that power from APS, their electric company. Therefore, they didn't have the maximum savings. And my goal is, when I go out to see every single one of my families, if their roof space allows, I am going to give them 100%, a smidge more, if the roof space allows it, and that they're not buying 1 kilowatt from APS, because that's where those fees, taxes, and surcharges come in. And in a minute, I'm going to talk about these demand charges that have been approved, and they're coming, folks. They're coming, and they're going to be significant.
Now, you can call in here. We want everyone to call in here. We like you to do that, because she likes you to get connected. She's so busy. She's running around. You can also go up on her website. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to get you that $200 solar savings incentive as long as you qualify, and usually everybody does. What's it take to do?
If they own their own home, have a credit score of 650 or better, that's it. I mean, it's not anything complicated. So you own your own home, have a credit score of 650, and that's it, Carol.
You can call in here, and we're going to let everyone call in throughout the rest of the show for all of these things. I'll tell you something. If you've heard Sandy before and you've been on the fence for it, call in. Get the consultation. It's free. It's no obligation. There is no cost solar to you, so there's no money that comes out of your pocket for this, and there is no gimmick to it. So you can call in here. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone that's calling in, you're going to get the solar savings incentive as long as you do qualify. Check her out on her website. You've got tons of information there.
More and more every single day that we're putting up there. Just incredible how much misinformation is out there, Carol.
And so when they subscribe, what happens? You get back to them. How does it work?
I get an email. I call them back the next day. We set up a solar savings meeting, and I go out and see them with a consultation.
Again, our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone's getting it. It's a $200 solar savings incentive as long as you qualify, and most people do. Check her out. It's AskSolarSandy.com, and let's get ourselves cheaper bills, right?
Saving today.
Saving today. That's a good one. Well, Solar Sandy is talking about saving us money on a bill that we're already paying money on.
And I'm just so excited. I mean, I'm not excited, but I'm so, I'm even more impassioned about this because I have had a lot of questions based on people calling APS and reading things here and there. And so I dug in my heels and said, because I really do know this to be true. This is not me, a boo scare tactic, whatever. This is not a sales pitch. I believe 100% in what I do. I have it on my daughter's home. I have it on my home. And I know the difference it's made in her financial life and my life as well. And so this isn't just like, oh, I just want to sign you up. No, I truly care about every single person that I go out and see, because in one way or another, I'm helping them, whether it's for retirement, maybe it's a vacation, maybe it's just extra money for them to do something with their grandkids, maybe it's their medication, maybe it's their diet. But when your bill goes up $100, $150, $200 at a time, that is going to impact your budget.
Well, especially for the people that are older that are living on a fixed income.
I was that person, Carol. After I had my accident, I was on Social Security, and I couldn't help my daughter pay her bill. And I couldn't pay a $600 or $700 bill today. And why should we? There's an alternative source of power that is clean, and unfortunately it takes the green in our pocket to do green things, but sometimes it takes what it takes. So put more of that hard-earned money back in your pocket, and it doesn't cost you anything to do it.
Will you please explain what exactly you do in terms of your company? How is it No Cost Solar? What is it that you do?
We are the company that pays for the panels, the maintenance, the monitoring, the installation, and there is no cost for that to the homeowners. So all the homeowner is getting is the power the panels produce at a lower per kilowatt rate. And it's called a lease, and a lot of people associate a lease with a lien on their house, encumbrances. That's not true. They also say, well, my HOA doesn't let me do this and that. HOAs, they cannot refuse you on this. So I am your energy expert that's going to come out and explain to you that you now have an alternative to getting your power less expensively, cleaner, and it makes sense with all the increases in that are coming along.
We have a phone caller that's calling in that wants to ask a question. I'm going to let them do it, Sandy, because you know what? You've been on the line. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, Kelly. What's your question? Kelly, you're on the air. What's your question? Okay, if I can't get you on, you'll have to call back. But we'll get your phone number and get you connected with her. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Everyone is calling in. You're going to get that $200 solar savings incentive from Sandy. She loves giving them out.
I do.
And these are, as long as you qualify, most people qualify, and you could check her out on her website. It's AskSolarSandy.com. Go ahead with what you were talking about. Hey, she's on now. Go ahead. We're going to get her through. They're having we got a new studio in here, so a wire must have got cut off or something.
No worries. No worries.
Go ahead, Kelly, if you're ready, go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry. Do you do flat roofs? And our whole roof was repaired, and how long do you want a repaired roof to be? I mean, it's a flat roof, and it was repaired. It's nice and solid now.
Okay,
so that's
good question. Very good question.
Excellent
Go
question,
ahead.
Kelly. Kelly, your roof is warranted. The way the installation is done, it's warranted. After the installation, your roof is actually in better condition and more secure with the panels on there than them not being on there. The way that they install, they use Secofoam, which is a very, 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 very good sealant. They use it for ocean liners. It expands and contracts in the heat and the cold. Then roofer's tar, and then the panels over that. But it's in writing that your roof is warranted, so we take care of if anything was to ever happen happen, your roof is warranted and taken care of by us.
That's great. We had a consultation right on air. You can here. The thing is that Solar Sandy knows what she's talking about. Doing it for 3 years, and you are so passionate about it. We're going to get you connected with her, so don't worry about anything.
Kelly,
Flat roofs.
I look forward to meeting you. Flat roofs, yes, we can do flat roofs. We can do just about any roof, as long as there's not trees or trees around shading, trim a tree, whatever. No holes or gaping holes in it. So there's your roof is actually, like I said, in better condition after the panels go on it than before.
And it's no cost solar to you. You're going to get that $200 solar savings incentive just for calling in. And again, all you have to do is qualify, and most people do. You can check her out on her website. It's AskSolarSandy.com. You can go ahead and subscribe there. You can put in what you're with, whether you're with SRP. If you're not. She wants to know if you're with APS.
APS people, there's a big push on APS right now to get grandfathered in for the maximum savings. The reason being is they do not want you saving off your electric bill, and they want you continually buying their power. With their power, they have the power to keep on charging you the rates that they want. And it's not just, like I said, the cost of the electricity going up. It's all the fees, taxes, and surcharges. And I want to explain something about what's coming so that people are educated, because this is really, really important to me. The Arizona Corporation Commission has already approved APS to receive $95 million in expansion of the grid, etc. The non-solar customers are going to be paying that. And so the cost of the power goes up a certain percentage a year, but it's where those fees, taxes, and surcharges, that's what happened in Hawaii. 340% increases over an 18-year period of time, Carol. And it's not possibly, it's absolutely going to happen, because that's the power company you have. If you live in that area,
that's it. You got no choice.
You have no choice. Now you have a choice. If you want to continue giving them your money and putting less in your 401k and doing less for your family, college funds, etc., then stay with them, and God bless you. But I don't know anybody that I've talked to, Carol, that doesn't want to save money off a bill that's going to continually go up, and they know that they need it, and it's not an option. They
and also, you can do this whether or not you don't even have to come to them. It's good, but you can actually go in the house, go tell them the square footage of the house.
Right. What I do is, when they call in and leave their name and number, or I call them back and get their information, is I'm able to look at their roof, and then I do what's called a preliminary SketchUp to figure out how many panels they need. When I go out to see them, you're talking about the people who haven't lived in the house for more than 12 months.
I can't remember everything.
When I go out to see them, I have a proposal. It's either A, from the kilowatts that they've used over the last 12 months. If they've not lived in the house for 12 months, it's based on the square footage. Now I know where you were going with that. I was like, what is she talking about? You had me confused for a minute. Blonde for a minute. I was like, go on. Okay.
But you know what I'm talking about, because
Right.
I want people to understand that you can actually get information from her even if you're not in your home.
Right. If they haven't moved into the home yet, like your friend Debbie.
Exactly.
She bought a house, APS, hadn't even moved in yet. I was able to do it based on the square footage, and she's now in her home, and she's really happy that she's not paying APS's rates.
And the one that we had that was texted in here that was so excited, and you've helped a lot of our listeners. I know that you're always out there running around and delivering these $200 solar savings incentives.
And my goodie bags.
But everybody absolutely ends up loving you, because you're obviously saving. And I know she told me she's very excited. And she wasn't even in the house yet.
I know.
So that was really nice.
She knew what she was going to be paying for summer.
The person that called in, that was a text that came in. She had a bill that was 34 cents or something.
$3.10.
It was crazy. But $3.10. Would you complain? No.
The way that I design the system is to make sure that they have 100% of their power covered. A lot of the other solar people out there, go and give them 60%, 70%. Therefore, they're told, oh, I'm only going to have a bill of $30 or $40. Well, $30 or $40 is too much because you're still buying power from APS. Therefore, and your bill is not going to be $34, $30 or $40 with these other companies. They're not giving you adequate coverage. They're not giving you the right diagnosis for your home. Therefore, you're going to have an uncovered portion of the bill that every year will go up and up and up. When I go, my goal is 100% coverage, a smidge more, and that's how Denise Disharoom ends up with a bill of $3.10. Do I know what I'm doing? Yes, because I've made sure that I understand this backwards, forwards, sideways, and I've been told by men and women alike that have met with other solar people that I am the most knowledgeable person. I'm not tooting my own horn, but if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. I want to be able to, the people are really happy afterwards and say, Sandy, thank you so much. Denise Disharoom, her daughter's now got solar. I mean, it's about having integrity in what you do, doing it correctly the first time, and giving the people that you know the best value for their money. I'm trying to save them money, so I'm trying to put as much money back in their pocket as I possibly can.
Well, you want to get grandfathered in. There's a reason why she is really doing this and pushing right now for those APS people, because she can save you more now than if you wait. So that's why she wants you to
Absolutely.
call in now throughout the rest of the show, get that $200 solar savings incentive, and find out whether you qualify at 602-277-5369 or go to AskSolarSandy.com.